Barry, good evening. You've had a look at the papers. Exactly what has been asked for, of whom, and what's going to happen next?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sally. Well, as you've just touched on it there, it has been asked that the former president be sent to jail for 2 years for those being in contempt of the Constitutional Court. What he's actually asked on the police minister and the police commissioner is that they ensure that all possible steps be taken to ensure that he be jailed if the court decides to do so. But on the question of why 2 years, that is good. The details of that have gone into in the court papers. And if you'll just allow me, I'll read some of the reasons that they have provided, or the Secretary of the Commission has provided. They have noted that given the status as a former president and leader of the Republic, Mr. Zuma undermines the integrity and authority of the court. There is a grave risk that he will inspire others to do so and that the rule of law will be fundamentally weakened. The Secretary goes on saying that by Zuma displaying this willful disobedience of the court's order, Mr. Zuma not only undermined the authority of the court and the work of the Commission, but he also committed a public injury to the administration of justice. And it gets quite strong in these words here when it says, Mr. Zuma this is no ordinary case of contempt. The contemptuous conduct of Mr. Zuma is especially egregious. He has not only failed to comply with the order of this court, but he has also engaged in conduct calculated to undermine the integrity of this court and the judiciary in general. The language that he has used, the platform he has selected to announce his intentions, and the challenge to state institutions that he is prepared to be arrested are grave and a serious threat to the rule of law. And these are among the reasons why they want him sent to jail for 2 years. But there's a little twist, Sally. It does appear that the Commission is using this as one last stick to get former President Jacob Zuma to go and testify. They do say that should the court decide to impose a suspended sentence on the condition that Zuma does go and testify at the Commission of Inquiry, they would have to ensure that he testifies before the 31st of March, which is part of the argument why they say this matter is urgent.
Right, so this might achieve what endless cups of tea at Nkandla seem to have failed to do so. What is the next move? Does the Constitutional Court have to decide on this? Just legally, is it because we're slightly in unprecedented territory, aren't we, Barry?
Well, it will be a formal application, and this is the notice of motion that was filed with the affidavit from the Secretary. All the other parties, we've got the Commissioner of Police. He is one of the respondents. He could file an application. The Secretary is saying that they won't seek costs orders against the Commissioner of Police or the Police Minister unless they decide to oppose this. So they could just either, say they agree with whatever's being done here. But of course, there is former President Jacob Zuma. Will he provide any will he partake in these legal proceedings? He has in the past indicated that he will play no part in the matter, such as the order that he appear at the Commission. He played no role in that and then cried foul afterwards when there were findings against him. Well, here's the question. Will he adopt this approach that he's not going to partake in this again, or will he, for a change, perhaps submit some documentation? If he doesn't, well, then it's almost a given that the court will find against him and he could be facing a 2-year prison term.
Thank you so much. That's our reporter in Pretoria, Barry Bateman.